Welcome to the Biz Gone Social podcast. We help entrepreneurs navigate how to get known, get customers, and get the edge over their competition. Here is your host, Lorraine Duncan.
So here we are, and I'm so glad to be here. And this is episode 4 today. And my promise to you is I just want to give you a little bit of verbal caffeine that will energize your social media marketing and will help you stay social. After all, don't you really want to be the business everyone's talking about? I certainly do. So today I want to talk to you about crafting your personal brand on social media. And as you know, I've been covering so much about brand this past couple weeks, and I'm excited to just share more. So crafting a strong personal brand on social media can take time, but it can also yield some significant benefits. And based on my own experience, I just want to give you a few tips on how to build your own authentic brand on social media. So, tip number 1, when crafting your personal brand, you need to have a clear and authentic purpose. So, here's my thinking here. Don't start a personal brand just for the sake of doing it. Brands that actually are very superficial and they don't share their vulnerabilities or they don't share their truth, I should say, they really never create a real bond with those who follow them. So, in order for you to really uncover your true purpose and your values, it's really important to have a really clear understanding of what moves you and what moves your followers. So tip number 2 really is, this is like my heart thing. This is like my, sweet spot here. Crafting a personal brand should come from a place of love. So it shouldn't be born out of something that's trendy or shiny or something that you want to go chasing after just for the heck of it. Your personal brand is ideally something that you really love, something that you enjoy, something that sparks your passion. One of the reasons I like social media is because I'm a very relational person and I love people and I love connecting with people. So for me, helping businesses with their social media marketing and strategy is really something that I love to do. I love to do it. And so I want to just encourage you, make sure whatever you are doing with your personal brand, make sure it's something that you love. So tip number 3 is when crafting your personal brand, you want to be unique. You want to be authentic, and I don't want to overuse this word authentic, but, just be real. It's like I have a problem with people sometimes they're trying to create something and it's not them. It's not who they really are. So when I think of personal brand, it's really, the bottom line is that your personal brand is just that. It's personal. So be your authentic self and develop your own self-branding, whatever that may look like. I share this a lot. I have a friend that will get on in the morning and go, "Hello, buttercups," or "Hello, petunias." And if I did something like that, people would think I was crazy. So the other thing is when you're creating this online personal branding, you really want to, you want to brand it in a way, it's your writing style. It's how you're writing. So, you want to be really true to your writing style, and you want to make sure that that's being portrayed. Your personal branding is being portrayed in your writing style. So authenticity, by the way, is just being vulnerable, having values and really being true to them. If for instance, your target audience and effectively communicate an authentic message, you build trust with your readers. And that's the really biggest thing. So readers, or who's looking at you, or who's listening to you. So remember, your writing style is a reflection of your values, and that is really how people are going to know, like, and trust you. So here's some questions to ask yourself. When you write, for instance, and this is important because this is your personal branding on social media is through your posts. It's through your copy. So I want to ask you these questions because I think they're really, really important to really contemplate as you continue on with your personal branding. But do you write seriously? Are you very serious, or are you informal? Like for me, I'm not serious. I'm very informal. So here's another thing. Are you informational, or are you about comedy? Do you keep it loose, or you focus on being professional? It's important because whoever your target audience is, that's what's, how you should be writing. And it's, again, I'll say this over again. It's always depends on your audience, okay? It really does. So make sure that you're consistent in your writing style so you know that they're listening to you and you're reaching them and you're developing your unique voice that it will resonate with them over time. I love this quote. It's probably one of my favorite Dr. Seuss quotes. It says, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you." And I want to encourage you to be you. So what makes you unique? What sets you apart from the rest? Your competition, I should say. But the bottom line is having a clear idea of what sets you apart from the rest of everybody else. It will help you position yourself better, and maybe, to an extent, it's going to cement your authority in whatever industry you're in. So remember that we're so much in the digital world today, and we're being bombarded all over the place with information from the moment we log on to our news feed or look into our inbox. So when you're creating your personal brand, you want to aim to grab attention. You want to be interesting. You want to deliver value. And that's key. You really want to deliver value. The things that I enjoy the most, sometimes I've bought programs and educational programs or taken online classes, and I love the way that certain people are just able to just pack in the information and deliver so much value. Be that person. We've been told that our attention span is shortened, but personally, I don't believe that to be true. We see people, I've done this myself. I have binged watched Netflix shows. So the bottom line is there's definitely some attention there. So what this teaches us that it's quality of your content that matters. For instance, I'm not going to watch a Netflix show or continue to watch it if it's not good. So really, you want to think about the value of your message because that really matters. And so my last tip, number 4, is you want to get to a point where your personal brand is actually communicating with your followers. So when I say communicating, I'm talking about one-on-one. You want to have some kind of meaningful engagement. And I'm going to be honest here. It's not easy. It really isn't easy to have meaningful engagement sometimes online because there's a whole lot of people shouting out there. There's a whole lot of people that are just talking and nobody's listening anymore. And you really can't have a meaningful conversation if you're not listening. So the bottom line is talking directly to your followers is one of the best ways to form relationships. You, of course, need interesting content, and you need great pictures, of course, and you need one-on-one communication. It's vital, especially when you're starting out on social media. You really need to listen, and you really need to make sure you're communicating. engagement with followers actually shows you're really a real person and that you care about establishing the rapport with other people. So you're just not trying to build your follower count. So you want to remember that. So the bottom line is I hope these brief points help you when you're trying to, put some personal brand into your social media marketing. If you need any kind of guidance with your social media, personal branding, reach out to me at Lorraine@BizGoneSocial.com, and I'd be glad to help you out. And I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Biz Gone Social podcast. Find us on Instagram at Biz Gone Social for extra tips. Check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, stay social.